Hey everybody, this is the solo version. You have Mike Hill without the jacket on today with the podcast Money Matters with Hill Financial Group. Right here live at Union 20. It was live when I did this anyway. Thank you for all the comments and all the feedback on the past podcast. We had some fun with the last couple of episodes. We're just trying to change things up. Today, I kind of want to talk about a podcast that I've been wanting to do for a while because as my clients get older, I've been doing this 28 years, almost 29 years as a financial advisor. This in 2026 will be 29 years I've been doing this. So when I started out, I was in my 20s. And I'm meeting people in their 50s and 60s, and they're looking at me like, hey, kid, what do you know about retirement, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what? I had all the degrees and all the things, but they were right. There's just something that comes with having a little bit of gray hair and a little bit of experience when it comes to markets. So I've lived through 2001, 2008, 2020, all those markets. So what I want to talk to you today is as those clients have gotten older, they're now in their 70s, a lot of those clients that I've had. And I really stress to them, for years, you have not talked to your kids, but I can't stress this enough about talking to your children. When I say children, 40, 50-year-olds, about money. So and try to do it with that least amount of trauma because, unfortunately, all of us do have an expiration date. We're not going to live forever. And men especially, we have our egos. We put everything off. I'm picking on us, but I do the same thing. We put everything off until you can't do it anymore. And then you pass away and you have a wife that is now a widow that didn't plan on being a widow that has no idea where, what, or anything's going on. Or both of them die, and now you have kids trying to take care of an estate that have no idea where anything is. So it makes it a little weird, but avoiding these kind of talks actually builds up resentment. I can't tell you how many times I've had kids come in that are beneficiaries of clients that have passed away. And I just wish Dad would have talked to us. We talked to him all the time. We weren't trying to be nosy. We just wanted to help. And so I can't tell you how many times I've seen clients with no power of attorney, that don't have a will, that don't have a trust. So if it's inheritance, open conversations, create clarity. We use a program in our office called eMoney. Love it, but it's a way to have everything in one place. It's really, Google it if you want to learn a little bit about eMoney, but I love it for that fact. It doesn't have to be just accounts that we watch. I love it because when a client passes away, the widow or the kids, we at least have a good starting point of where to start. It doesn't have to be awkward. I stress this all the time. If you're not working with us, with your own financial advisor or CPA, make an appointment with your beneficiaries to come in with you. Put it on me. Say, hey, Mike, here's my kids. Tell me ahead of time what you want me to show them and what you want me to not show them. I could just show account numbers. I don't have to show dollar values, but we could go over things with them while you're there, and I can have a step-by-step list of things that'll happen if they were to pass or to get sick, to go in a hospital. These are things that you need. Those are very important conversations. Again, nobody wants to think about, those days where we're too sick to take care of ourselves or we pass away, but if you're not prepared for it, you're just leaving a nightmare for your beneficiaries. Helping kids with a down payment for financial support. Let's go the other way. Should we help our kids with a down payment on a new house? Well, I'll help you walk through that. Hopefully you have an advisor that can help you with that aspect and how it'll affect your income later. And sometimes you just can't help it. They're in a bind, especially with the interest rates, what they're doing now. But I tend to be one of those. I have daughters. And I can tell you that I've set up college plans for them 18 years ago, basically 6 months after they were born. I set up college plans for both of them, thank God. And my deal with them was, look, get as many scholarships or do as much dual credit as possible. Y'all probably met them and saw them on a podcast not too long ago. I said, look, when you get through college, whatever's money's left in that savings account or in that college savings account, if there's money left, it's yours. If you want to use that on a down payment on a house. And they have really taken to that. They have gotten a lot of scholarships. They've gotten grants. They've made it a job to get as much as their school paid for. So they have that. And I'm very proud of them in that aspect. That's going to put them ahead. Or especially if you have daughters, you have a wedding fund, let's say. And I've seen this with clients. Hey, I'm going to give you $20,000 to get married. You could use $3,000 of it and elope and have a very small wedding and use the other $17,000 as a down payment on a house. Those are things that I kind of incentivize clients to do. I think it's kind of a choice kind of a thing, but it's also just giving them money for a down payment. There may be something else involved there. Do you want your kids involved in downsizing your house? Yes, because absolutely that's a big decision, especially if you have stairs. Half your house isn't even being used, but you're paying for air conditioning, you're paying for property taxes. And then clarifying inheritance and family business transitions. That's the one that I see the most trouble with. The dad has worked in the plumbing business for 40 years. He wants to transition out. He wants to sell it to his son, but nothing's in writing. Or if it is, what if dad dies? Do I still keep paying mom? What if the son gets a divorce? Does some of the business go to the ex-wife that he's buying? I mean, those are things that if you don't have written down, it can be all the family business that you want, but have it legally written down and where it's a payment plan. So that way you can also help avoid taxes. You can make it to where you're paying your son, you're paying your dad a consultant fee. So now you're getting 1099 instead of having to pay all the taxes on the money as far as paying off the business. Those are things that we can do that can help you tax-wise, if nothing else, just to help out with the conversation. Here are some tips. This is hard for me. As you can see, people that have meetings with me, I'll talk, I'll get animated, but try to stay calm and constructive. Start early. Don't just do it once. Have a meeting, even if it's at Thanksgiving, if it's Christmas where you're together. I'm not trying to depress. Sit them down and say, hey, guys, I'd like to meet with you about 30 minutes before everybody gets here. Could y'all come to the house at 10:30? Everybody's going to get here at 11. I just want to show you what me and your mother have. Here's an account that we have set up. If we were to die, we've already paid for funeral expenses or we haven't. Here's our financial advisor if you need to talk to him. Here's our accountant if you ever need to talk to him here. All right, now let's play with the grandkids and have fun. And then do it every year. Choose the right setting. Some people say don't do it during the holidays. I've seen it. That's the only time that you can get together. Don't do it during the meal. You want it private. You want it low pressure. Lead with your why. What I mean by that is if you're the kid trying to go to your parents and talk, Dad, I'm really concerned if something was to happen to you. I don't want you to see it as I can't wait to get your money. I'm just worried that what would happen with mom. And if mom was to pass, what would happen? How this dispersed? What are your wishes? Are your wishes to avoid as much taxes as possible? Well, then maybe there's a way that we could talk with somebody to help you do that. And then don't, as hard as it is, just stay on numbers. Don't be emotional as much as you can. Don't let your parents think you can't wait for them to die. That's not what this is about. At least I hope not anyway. So make sure that you're talking with them in a way that it's just about facts. That is much easier to understand, especially when you have people that have worked their whole life for this nest egg. And then don't lecture. Dad, you have to do this. Mom, you have to do this. Look, I'm throwing it out there. I'll be as involved as you want me to be. But I think this is very important because if something was to happen to either one of you, I want to be there to help the other one. If not, if something was to happen to both of you, I want to be able to help distribute assets the way you intended or to protect you if that was to happen. And like I said, use a third party. If it makes you nervous, ask them if you could be at their advisory meeting or bring it up to them. Because here's the thing, I say this all the time. I do not want to meet your beneficiaries for the first time at your funeral. That's not the time to go, hey, I was with your dad for 20 years. Sorry for your loss. Can you come in the office Monday even though we just met to go over everything? No. Because the minute they pass away, if that stock keeps going up, tax consequences, or the stock goes down, if you don't get it transferred in your name, and it could sell off like, a stock did not too long ago, pretty popular stock went down 50% in almost a day. If that happens, like before you transition over to you lost money. So I don't want to meet the beneficiaries at the funeral. We'll go over will or trust. That could be a whole segment of itself. Should I have a will or a trust? I just kind of lean, and I'm not giving legal advice here, but I like trust if you have a lot of real property, you have a lot of rental property, you have land, you have businesses. Wills, I think, are fine. Remember, wills do still go through probate where trusts don't. And also be sure that you know who your power of attorney is for financial. And I've seen it sometimes with a healthcare power of attorney is a different person in the family than a financial one. Maybe you have one son like me that's more financially inclined, and then you have a daughter like our family that has nursing background. That might be more of the healthcare power of attorney. But if you do not have a power of attorney, we can send links to you if you're interested. Comment, email us. But there's so many places out there where you can do a power of attorney for cheap. Even if you're married at times, you need a power of attorney to ask medical questions about your husband or wife. As crazy as that seems. And financially as well. Talk about your values with each other. Have your parents, what are your values? What are important to you? Are you wanting to leave money to charity? Are you wanting to leave money to the grandchildren? If so, can we help you since those are our kids? Maybe there's a way that we could leave it to them over time instead of giving the grandkids $150,000 at one thought. How do we carry forward your life work? What is important to you? How can we keep your legacy going on, Dad? Not just financially. Are there things that you would like us to see do with our property, with the land that we're inheriting, whatever it may be, to honor your legacy? And then last but not least, they take courage. These conversations take courage. But like anything else, it will bring you closer. It may be hard at first, but you're going to be so glad that you did it. I can't stress that enough. We help families have these conversations every day. I go over beneficiaries at every single meeting, and I say, are these who you want? Are their names spelled correctly? Or is there any time that we can meet with either one of those, even if it's a phone call for 5 or 10 minutes? Every single meeting I do that. So use me, or use your advisor if you have one, to help you set up that conversation with your kids, or kids to help you set up that conversation with your parents. You may have to work on the dads, because I have a dad that's of that generation in his 70s. Not the easiest to get him to open up about all this financial business. I understand that. That's how they grew up, very close to the vest. But when you word it in a way, I'm trying to make sure your legacy lives on. I'm trying to make sure what you need to happen after you die does happen. And just to make it a lot easier on all the kids, 99% of the time, the parents go, okay, now I see your reasoning. It's not about what I'm getting. It's about what they're helping me pass on. So I encourage you to do these family conversations. The holidays are coming up. Maybe it's over Halloween instead of Thanksgiving if it's scary enough with the financials. But thank you for listening to Money Matters with Hill Financial Group. I'm Mike Hill. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, share, like, comment, all the things on Facebook. We love the feedback and we love answering it. Maybe if you have something that I missed, put it in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to comment it on the next podcast. Until next time, thank you for watching Money Matters.